What's good, internet friends?
Family?
We are the New Look Hardcore Casuals. And by New Look, I mean a lot of those guys are still going to come through, but me and Keon are going to spearhead this thing.
Sure.
We just finished watching the June 11th Future of Gaming stream from PlayStation. These are kind of our initial thoughts.
It was absolutely amazing, like came in with no sense of idea of where we were going to go or what they were going to do.
I mean, they just alluded to games. Is all they said was coming.
For sure.
And they brought them.
Yeah, and they brought them. They brought them hard.
They did. I was impressed. So we'll kind of look at the list here in a second. But the game that made you go, damn, I have to have a PlayStation. Go. What was the one?
It's easily going to be the Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That was the moment. That was the moment.
And it happened so early, too.
So early. I can't believe they led with that. And maybe Miles Morales was targeted as us. Because that's my Spider-Man. Because I don't read comics. But I did read. I have read. Whiskey. I have read, actually, I got the comics for, Miles Morales' origin. Because I was I wanted to get into it. So, I read those. So, Miles Morales is my Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's dope as fuck.
Not Peter Parker.
Peter Parker is the cool OG, but
Peter Parker's
Miles Morales
cool, and I love his movies and all that shit, but I never read any of his comics.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, I've read a ton of his comics. So he's my Spider-Man. And so whenever they teased him in Spider-Man 1, I was like, man, I hope by 3 he's playable.
Well, he's been super big based off of the
Spider-Man
Homecoming. He was in, his uncle was in Homecoming.
Oh yeah, Childish Gambino played his uncle. Donald Glover was in there as uncle. I forgot.
Yeah.
So his uncle was in Homecoming. His uncle was in Homecoming. He was technically in the game. You saved Miles Morales in the second mission or something like that.
Yeah, and then you got the movie, obviously.
Oh fuck! And then Spider-Verse made him huge.
Yeah. So now he's becoming mainstream, and so they hit it right on the nail. Perfect timing, honestly.
Especially with everything that's going on.
Exactly.
We can't ignore it. That it's dope that now we have a black/Mexican Spider-Man. No, that's what he is. You know what I mean?
He's talking that shit while also webbing you up.
Dude, he's so dope. I love the new art style they gave Miles Morales too.
Yeah, he looks damn good,
up.
man.
God,
he looks fly.
It looks sick. Spider-Man was the one. I'm gonna pick a second one though, just since you picked that one.
I'm gonna need him while you're looking on that. I'm gonna need him to have the Air Jordan 1s on though.
Oh,
I'm gonna need him to have the bread ones on.
But
at some point in the game,
maybe at the very beginning. You're right. You're right. He's got to have them on. He's got to have them on. But then, even at the end of the Spider-Verse, he's not wearing the Jordans anymore.
Yeah, right.
But so eventually they got to come off. But you're right. At some point, I'm gonna need to see the J's. It would be sick. From the first Spider-Man, where you got all of those fucking costume options, you should have a
shoe collection,
a kick game. Oh, that would be so sick.
I'm about it.
There'd be 6 people who would actually care, but I would have the OG suit, and I wouldn't find a single other suit. I'd be looking for Jordans all over New York City. That's all I would care about.
These.
I'd be in game. Max level, fucking 6 suit. J's.
The flu game 12s on. Yeah, I just found these the other day.
Dude, got to.
Yeah.
The other game that killed it for me, and I think it killed it for you, if you go back and watch our stream, we're going to put that up on YouTube as well. Check that out, please. Go look at it. We're fun people. You'll see the first 2 glasses of whiskey on that stream.
Yep.
Deathloop.
Deathloop
was so fucking cool. I'm still a little unclear on what's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm in it.
Yeah.
I'm in it so hard.
From everything that they gave us, it looked like this was going to be a damn good game, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that goes to saying that's the biggest new IP they showed in my opinion.
Yeah, right.
Brand new, not a sequel.
Right.
That's the thing that's brand new that I'm most excited for sure.
Right.
For sure.
So, is there any disappointments that you might have within web show?
I mean, if you watch the stream, and I want you to, there's a really good freak out when Ratchet appears. We both thought that was Daxter. I don't think we made that clear in the stream that we were wrong. I think we played it off.
We played it off.
Played it off pretty strong. We go. We fuck with Ratchet and Clank.
Both sit back.
Yeah, and then we tried to fuck with Ratchet and Clank. And don't get me wrong, Ratchet and Clank
is fine.
Ratchet and Clank look good. We'll talk about that in a second.
Daxter.
And that would be my biggest disappointment.
Yeah, for sure.
There was no Jack and Daxter.
Okay.
And mind you, there's been no rumors that it would be there. That's just my fucking get hype moment is when they show up. That's it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so there was no I had no reason to believe they would arrive.
Sure.
But we got to have our Jack and Daxter freak out.
We did have our moment.
And then we had to play it off like we were hyped for Ratchet and Clank.
We did have like a few other freakouts that were justified.
We did have a few. So let's just do that first. Freakouts. What was another freakout you had?
Okay, we can end it off with like the P5. They actually showed it.
The box. I didn't see it coming.
You know?
Yeah, we were talking about how like we weren't even sure if it was going to arrive. It did arrive. What do you think? Because all the PlayStations have been pretty hard angles, pretty like streamlined, industrial looking.
For sure.
This thing comes out curvy as hell.
Hella sleek. Hella new.
You like it?
Next gen. I loved it.
So you like the big twist.
Yeah. So with me, when I first saw the controller, I was like, it's okay. It's basically the same thing. But when I really dug into the design of it, I realized that like the sleek, slender, like futuristic design is the wave nowadays, And then they just hit it right on the nail with a very matchable box. And so I was about it. I mean, it looks good.
So I think it looks sexy too, standing up vertically. But we talked about it on the stream. I don't think you can lay that down flat though. It looks dumb. They showed like a flicker of it on its side.
Yeah, I missed that part, but
it looked dumb. It looked dumb. and this is I've got a girlfriend. She's great. She's wonderful. She has a very specific way our house needs to look.
For sure.
Does something curvy like that go on our mantelpiece?
Definitely.
Like, jokes aside, you know what I mean? Like,
no, definitely not. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that more industrial, just straight box look from the Xbox might actually be, as grown ass adults, which sadly we are. We don't really want people to notice our console when they walk in the house.
Yeah, for sure.
You bring a girl home, you get from the bar, stumble in, she goes, "Oh man, you got a lot of video games." You never want to hear her say that. And this PlayStation makes you go, "Oh, you got a lot of video games."
That's the first thing you see in any room.
Yeah,
it could be anywhere. It could be on the goddamn wall.
Which is cool. You want to see that product.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, do you want to see that product?
So do you think that Xbox did it better with theirs still like sleek, even though it looks like a trash can as box?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying is when you take that Xbox and you put it on your entertainment center, it could be literally anything.
It could be a speaker.
It could be literally anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that PlayStation, that's a PlayStation. Yeah. And so they crushed it in like branding, in my opinion. Like that PlayStation is a PlayStation.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell the Series X from a speaker. You're right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think there's advantages to both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, maybe it's a drawback to, like, a certain degree. Young single guy trying to get laid maybe doesn't want his PlayStation to be the thing that somebody sees.
At the end of the day, if you've already got the girl at the house, it's on you. It doesn't have anything to do with what your house looks like.
Hey,
I don't care if it's clean or not. Like,
dating advice from Keon. You guys write that down.
Write that shit down.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down. I agree with you.
But no, I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, it definitely looks like a gaming console, and that's something that we'll have to get comfortable with.
Well, I don't even think it looks like a gaming console, but it looks like the PS5. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it looks like. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen, honestly. Those curves are sexy.
Yeah, for sure. And
those curves are sexy, undeniably sexy.
Like you said, they're looking like a box, and even with like the Xbox, it kind of got sleek for the 360.
Yeah, it had the curves. I didn't even think about that. It did have those curves up front. Like, it is kind of a throwback to a certain degree.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's just like a change of pace that maybe the gaming world needed.
Yeah, I could agree. I could agree. It could be big. It could be terrible.
Yeah. I mean, people are still going to buy it regardless, especially after this.
With the numbers, man. Fucking 120 million PS4s. Don't fucking fact check me. I know it's over 100. I know it's over 100.
Well, there was a million watching this live stream. I saw that earlier.
Yeah, so, this one specifically. It's not including the fucking 6 we had. The thousands other people had. Like,
exactly. So
that's insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's the biggest. It's the biggest name in the game.
It's big time.
It's big. So I'll say those are the biggest surprises.
Yeah.
Fucking huge. Let's take a quick look at some of the other games that came out that we haven't touched on. You got the first couple.
Yeah, so
we don't have to hit them in any particular order.
So we got the Ratchet and Clank. We talked about Spider-Man, the Gran Turismo.
It's a tough word, man. Also, third whiskey. Just let them know. Third whiskey.
Cheers to that. We had the Solar Ash.
That looked good.
Which was pleasantly surprising.
That looked good. There was
Hitman 3. That
Hitman
was another
3.
big one.
Thank you for putting that one out there. Yeah, Hitman 3.
Yeah.
That was huge. Big fan of the Hitman games. This is like a weird story, but Hitman goes back to my background.
Oh, okay.
Best friend Rob, shout him out on the podcast,
Shout
I
out,
guess. He had a stepdad. Did not fuck with me much.
Okay.
Ever. But for some reason, this guy would play the OG Hitman on his PC all of the time. And so finally one day I was like, hey man, what are you playing? And he goes, Hitman. I was like, will you show me?
Yeah.
And so Rob's stepdad showed me OG Hitman. And we played that together, me and his stepdad. Fucking weird memory.
That is super weird.
It's a weird memory because like Rob was like asleep, and I'm just like hanging out. I'm just hanging out with his stepdad playing Hitman, and then like he showed me, and I was like, Rob, you gotta play this game. And I showed Rob, and he goes, where'd you get this? And I was like, fucking your stepdad.
Did his stepdad ever come up to you and be like, I wish you were my stepdad?
Not a single time. He was clearly uncomfortable. I was there from the jump. You know what I mean? Like. But like, yeah, he showed me Hitman, and so it's always been a thing that like I fuck with heavy.
Okay.
I fuck with heavy, and the last two have been really cool in the way they did their like seasons of content. Like, here's a map, here's like 3 targets, figure out how to kill them, and like, it was super cool what they've been doing. So Hitman 3,
and it also looked a little different too. You know, like it wasn't a main streamline of like.
It looked a little grimmer. Yeah, I mean, it had like a darker look, but I wonder if that was just a commercial. Because then they showed some more CGI shit right after that,
and it was like,
him like scaling up a building. So I don't know what the woods was about. Maybe you get a woods level or something, but like,
I mean, it looks pretty great though.
Yeah, Hitman was hype as hell.
But I will say, I think there's a different voice actor for that though.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it because we said that on stream. Go check out the stream, guys. We're gonna put it on YouTube. Look at that as well.
Yeah. You should watch that first before you watch this.
Or watch it after. Just watch them both. We need it. We need it so bad.
Yeah. Hit that.
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
Subscribe.
You're right. I said it. I said it when he was talking. I was like, I mean, that's not Agent 47. You know what I mean? Like that's somebody else. So you're right. You're right to change that up.
But I mean, it wasn't distasteful or anything like that.
No. It looked good. And it kind of led to some a little bit. What is this game? You know what I mean? Like, which is what they want in every commercial. So
for sure.
What else you got on your list? That's not on this list, I guess. Or while you're unlocking that, I'll give one. As a big fan of Borderlands, it's literally tattooed on my arms. I love Gearbox and everything they do. Godfall looked great. That was a big showing for Godfall. That one is, a lot of these, it's unclear if they're exclusives or just like this is where they're taking their stance. You know what I mean? But like Godfall for sure is an exclusive.
Which one was that one?
Godfall is the one. Man, it was one you said it was kind of Dark Souls like, but it was like easier to cut through.
Yeah.
That's Godfall. That's Godfall.
It had like a God of War kind of look to it.
Right. And the last time they showed it, the guys at Gearbox were like, "Hey, we've made a looter shooter. This is going to be a looter slasher." So they called it It was a dumb name. I'm not even going to try and figure it out. You know what I mean? So I think they tried to figure that out, but it's going to be like in the same vein as Borderlands. Like you're killing, you're getting new weapons. You're like,
hey. I fucked with it. I fucked with it. It looked really pretty. I mean, like just looking at the armor on the guy, like he looked badass. It was like get godlike armor, and I'm like, fuck yes.
You're right. I do want that godlike armor.
Want that. Well, that reminds me of The Witcher. Whenever you get all those like spools of armor plates, like sets, you know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I look good at this.
Yeah. This is what I'm supposed to look like.
I'm about to fuck all everybody.
Yeah. And it looks like that's what you're looking like the whole time. So I'm into Godfall.
Yeah, for sure.
Godfall was a big one for me.
Since we're on like Dark Souls, we can hit the Demon Souls remake.
Demon Souls, that's huge.
The remaster.
And it's cool that like if you go back and watch the stream, you'd never heard of it, and I got to like to tell you about it because like nobody knows what Demon Souls was. It was like the inception of all those games that have created this really cool genre. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think it's cool. It's getting a remake. People are gonna get a chance to actually try it now that that genre's popular. Like when Demon Souls came out, people played it and like, why would anybody play a game this hard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now people fuck with hard games, and like it's gonna have a better reception, I think. So that's super cool that's happening.
And the way that they did like Final Fantasy VII remake. You know what I'm saying?
It could be justice, but more.
It could be the same game, but also like slightly different.
Yeah. And then, but more of a straight across. Blue Point is doing that one, and they did the Shadow of Colossus, which we saw on the 17 one. And so like it's more about making it pretty and like kind of doing justice to it than anything else. So like,
no, I get that.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
I think that'll be a fun one.
There were some other. I've got another one over here that I want to get in on. I want to talk about.
I think I already know where you're going with.
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
I think I do.
Goodbye, Volcano High.
That was definitely not the one. I was going to say Bug Snacks.
Yeah, we'll get to Bug Snacks right after this.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about some ones we're not particularly hyped for. You know what I mean? But they did show Goodbye Volcano High. Anime as hell.
Hella anime.
Dinosaur kids in high school.
Yeah, so on the stream, we didn't realize that they were dinosaurs. We were so focused on it being anime that we didn't realize that they were all dinosaurs until a meteor literally came down on them.
So this looks like some kind of anime graphic novel about high school kids when a meteor hits. That's all I can tell you about it because it's all I understand about it. But yeah. I mean, it looks dumb. I'm not going to play it.
It looks super dumb.
But it made me laugh. It was a good time.
I might watch a stream.
Yeah, I might have to check it out.
Just to see what it's about.
I can promise you guys, if you're watching this video, you will not see this game on the Hardcore Casual.
Oh, definitely not. We already got big plans.
Yeah, we've seen a bunch of games we want to play. We got stuff we want to do, older stuff, blah blah blah. But this game, it's not on our radar.
Definitely not.
But it was kind of funny. So it made me laugh.
I mean, I would do like a reaction video to a stream.
To somebody else doing it? Yeah, we could do that.
That'd be fun.
Oh my God. YouTube, I just lied to you. There's a chance you were going to see Goodbye Volcano High on Hardcore Casuals. My guy Keelan has got fucking visionary ideas, and that's why he's my partner. This third glass of whiskey was a terrible idea.
Oh man, no, it was a great idea.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, see, yeah.
Oh yeah, Bojack needs Land Before Time.
Thank you, Chad, who's still in it with us. The art style's got a BoJack Horseman meets Land Before Time, which is a funny joke. Thank you so much.
Did you ever play the Land Before Time game?
No. Let's not get distracted. We're
I'm sorry.
talking about a press conference. The other one you brought up, which we actually joked.
Bug Snacks.
With Bug Snacks. I need to say that. Snacks.
With an X.
Yeah, with
a CK
with an X. With an X, not a CK. Tell them about Bug Snacks real quick.
So, basically, the only thing that we were able to surmise from it was you eat food. It's a world of food. It's kind of like what is that movie called?
Cloudy with a
Chance of Meatballs. So there's food everywhere. They're alive. They're animated. They're running around, playing, living life, loving themselves.
But it's food.
Yeah, but it's food. And then you're like just some
random good way to explain it.
Some random burly like hairy cat
Yeah.
bear thing.
Yeah.
And when you eat them, your body transforms into whatever you eat. So you can like customize your character to be whatever that person eats, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I guess what we're saying is, as gamers, we're not interested. As content creators, we could see that coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could see that getting copped.
Yeah. I mean, not every like video game developer wants to be like the next best game.
And they're not gonna. Yeah, it was just interesting. This guy ate a strawberry. His hand turned into a strawberry. There was a guy who had cinnamon roll hair and hot dog ears, and I was like, I am kind of interested in seeing what I can make my guy look like. And then a scary pizza monster showed up, and I was like, you know what, Pizza Monster?
I would like to eat you.
I was very intrigued.
Yeah, there was like a watermelon spider. There was like what was that? Like a hot dog, like a coney.
Yeah. There was a pizza. Yeah, there was a train of conies. There was a pizza butterfly. The game was wild.
It was weird.
The game was wild. It's not a game I'm sitting here telling you guys you gotta grab.
At least look into it and maybe like I don't know.
That was something.
A time killer for sure.
That was something. As I'm glancing at my list, another one that needs to get hit on: Resident Evil 8 did get announced.
Shout out, yeah.
7
brand new game.
7 was huge. Did you see any of 7? Any of the gameplay?
I watched a little bit of the gameplay for 7.
Yeah. See, scary games aren't for me, so I didn't play it myself. But 7 was huge. Kind of reinvigorated that franchise, and they went and did a bunch of remakes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they did 2, they did 3,
which were awesome remakes,
which were great. But they were third-person kind of actiony games. 7 was a first-person, fucking terrifying experience. I played the Kitchen VR on VR the other day.
Nice,
which is the demo that was like the teaser for 7. And in the Kitchen VR, you're tied up. You're tied up in this chair in this kitchen while this crazy woman is trying to kill you. It is the most terrifying thing
it's like, what
I've ever experienced in my whole life. Wow. And like that was the teaser for 7, so I think 8's going to be the realness
for sure.
So I'm glad to see that that's getting like a proper sequel and it's not the remake.
if you're watching this and you haven't messed with like VR,
got to.
That shit is real.
And we're gonna try. We've got an Oculus Quest for the channel here. We're gonna try and get some of that gameplay out for those of you who can't see it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, man.
Maybe try and get a little Half-Life Alyx up for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And what else we got? Destruction All-Stars. I want to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
I want thoughts about it. The Fortnite cross Miami DJ cross Rocket League cross Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, yeah.
Cross Twisted Metal. I actually want to play that really bad.
For sure. Absolutely.
Really bad. For those of you who aren't going to go back and watch our stream or didn't see the original, man, it had the characters had a very Fortnite-y look.
Yeah.
All of them did. The cars had a very Rocket League-y look. And then it was like a car battle royale in a way that we haven't seen since Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
But it also kind of looked like there was some racing going on.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it
out.
out.
It looked wild as hell. Lots of flashy neon colors, lots of Fortnite skins.
The best part about it though is that you could just say fuck the car.
Just
hop out that bitch and just be fucking karate chopping people. Like
that is an excellent point. Like they had the guys running around without the car. They were hopping on cars. They were destroying. Like I don't know what was going on in that trailer.
Either. It was
but I was sold from the jump.
Yeah, for sure.
From the jump. So guys, check out Destruction All-Stars. That is worth your time from this.
You have to see Kyle's face whenever he first.
We
were talking and then we both looked at the screen
and
at the same time.
I stopped talking. I'm not gonna lie. That first stream, you're gonna listen to it and you're gonna be like, they're talking over all the gameplay. I stopped talking on Destruction All-Stars because like my whole life stopped because the art style had me just like that.
And it was before like we even knew that it was a battle royale with cars and karate chopping and roundhouse kicking people. Like I had no idea about any of that.
Dude, it was fucking wild. I saw the DJs and I looked at you and I said, "Stop talking. Stop talking. This art style is my jam," and that's how it went down. We're not going to hit all of these. There's some great indie games on here you guys have to look at.
For sure.
Like Kena Bridge of Spirits looked beautiful. I could not tell you anything about what's going on there. It was unclear. We were talking over it and also a little drunk. But Ghostwire Tokyo.
You got to dive in a little bit on that.
Dude, that's why I stopped. Yeah, Ghostwire is, in the industry, kind of a fascinating thing because I spent too much time just listening about this stuff. They had this fucking hugely popular creative director, right? So like on Bethesda's stage, this like cute little Asian girl comes out and cracks like a bunch of jokes, and she's like dancing around like, frankly, like a stereotypical Asian girl is gonna do on stage, right?
Yeah.
Like from an anime, and like people fucking loved her. And then she like lost her shit. She's like, I'm out. I'm done with you people, and bounced, detached herself from this game, and now she's like notoriously been like talking with like a ton of creative directors that are famous, like Kojima and like a bunch of those guys, and they're trying to scoop her up. This is the game she left behind. You know what I mean? Like this is the game she bounced from. Okay. So I was interested to see what they would show. Okay. And what they showed was like first person Dishonored horror is kind of the vibe we got, with like a cell shaded anime kind of look to it.
It was like, I don't know if you've been watching Valorant recently, like
I've seen a little bit.
New game that's supposed to be coming out that all the streamers are about now.
Yeah.
It seemed very similar to that. Like you have your hero, like Apex, like you have your assassin.
Yeah.
And you're in a guild of assassins, and you have until midnight to.
No, that's Deathloop. We're on Deathloop.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
We're on Deathloop. Third glass of whiskey, Keon. You really let me down in this moment.
Sorry, I was on a little.
And you were good. You were on a good Deathloop game. we're gonna now.
To reiterate, Deathloop was fucking fire. You should check it out.
That's great. Now we've learned Keon's not a 3 glass of whiskey podcast. No, Tokyo Ghoul was the horror one. Scary first person
with the slasher. That guy that had like. Keep going.
It had mad spooky vibes. You're killing. I'm talking zombies. I'm talking witches. I'm talking ghouls.
Oh, you're talking about the chick that didn't have a head.
Yes,
like,
that's the one.
Okay,
hey, three whiskey Keon's back in the game.
I'm back.
He's still here. That's the one though. You know, first person spookier. You know what I mean? You're moving around. You're teleporting a little bit.
Right. Yeah, you have the Dishonor where you have like the magic in the left hand, and then slashing your shit. Okay, I heard. My bad. Jack. I'm sorry.
More for Deathloop. I can't express how much
that game was
this channel is excited for Deathloop.
Yeah, that game.
You know what I mean? Like it's so hype.
It looks game.
So hype.
But For sure.
Yes,
Going back to
it's just us
Tokyo.
on the stream at this point. But yeah, Tokyo Ghostwire looks sick, but that's where that girl she left from. She left that game, so I was interested to see what it become. It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I guess that girl was just cute, not super talented, because the game looks fine.
Yeah, I would say, like, okay, so with Dishonored, you know, like, you are up close and personal, but you have that available space. This all looks like close quarters, you know.
Yeah, it does look
like
you're
reacting.
You are in the fear constantly.
Yeah,
the way it
you're
looks.
reacting as you see it. You know? It's not like, all right, there's some people over there, and now I'm gonna move close. It's like you turn right, and there's a whole group of people that's trying to fuck you up.
That is how it goes.
Which looks super cool. So
this is how it goes. This is a hard left turn from a first-person horror Tokyo game. I'm going to touch briefly, just very briefly, on Astro's Playroom. Like I explained to Keon just a little bit, Astrobot Rescue Mission. It's a huge VR game for PSVR. So this game is surely exclusive, but it looks more like a platformer with the same guy, just for like regular people to play. Mm-hmm. And so for most people, it's going to be their look at Astro Boy, but like that platformer right here is like 10 out of 10. Like, need to try it. Like, I'm waiting for it to come to the Oculus so we can fucking stream it and show it to you guys. Like,
absolutely.
That's what we want there. There's a bunch of games we're going to skip. Who cares about random space game that didn't matter?
That space game was so random. It was literally like,
it was
okay,
just,
cool.
We're just in space. That's all they showed. For those of you that, Jet the Far Shore.
Yeah, this chick. You see this little girl with like a...
No, I'm sorry. That was this one. That was this one you're talking about. Pragmata.
Oh, Pragmata.
Pragmata is what you're talking about. I'm talking about Jet the Far Shore was just CGI of a guy flying a spaceship. That's all that was.
That's right.
And then on Pragmata, it was like a spaceman on Earth who then goes to the moon with what might be a robot or might be a baby. Like, super unclear. You know what I mean? Like, so that's going to be our fucking impression is Pragmata. Yeah. What? You know what I mean? Actual Playroom, we did it. Things I remember though, Sackboy. Sackboy's getting another game. It's not going to be a Little Big Planet though. It is a Sackboy adventure. It looks like they're going to be pre-made levels. Yeah. So we're doing like a Mario thing.
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, sometimes that's all you want to do is just have like that arcade style of game to just peel out from, you know, intense games like
that's all a lot of people wanted from Little Big Planet anyway. They would just play other people's levels, and so like
So now you have like a streamlined game.
Yeah, so that's gonna be cool.
That'll definitely be dope. And the intro to that was super good because we saw this tiger mascot looking thing. He had it was a furry whenever he first came on the screen.
Teased us into an NCAA tribute, like it's fucking Sackboy as a tiger coming out of a tunnel in a stadium. Like, it really was a cool intro. It really was. Pull up your notes so I can take a glance at that because I got one more thing we're gonna hit on and then we're out of here.
Yeah.
For this, I'm gonna take one more look. Ratchet and Clank. Let's actually talk about that Ratchet and Clank game.
All right,
because we talked about how we were disappointed it wasn't. Yeah, so let's do that. It actually looked really good.
So it's a Rift in Time. So it's a playoff.
A Rift Apart.
A Rift Apart. Same thing.
3 glasses of whiskey. Now we know Keon gets 2 glasses of whiskey to podcast.
2 before we do a podcast.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, Rift Apart.
It was very similar to like the new Marvel movies that's been coming out. You know, it hits close to home, as is Endgame has happened now.
Yeah.
So that was like a cool little twist. However, it seemed like the same old Ratchet and Clank.
It did, yeah. It didn't seem to change anything, but it looked beautiful.
It did look beautiful.
Like I was saying on that stream, that last game they put out that was tied with the movie was actually really good. But the movie tanked, so the game also tanked. You know what I mean? So like that game is actually really good. So I'm excited to see what they do. It is really cool. It's not Jak and Daxter, like we said.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, but because they have like that riff aspect,
it is really cool.
They can do a lot with it.
Yeah, explain that Rift aspect just a little bit.
So, you walk into like an arena style world or whatever, and you're just handling business. You're shooting shit. You're fucking things up.
You're on the wild Ratchet and Clank guns.
Right, of course. You see like these little rifts or like these little things that look like that don't belong there.
Yeah.
Right. You like do a little
grappling hook
thing, and you pull yourself closer. These things do not close. So like once you do it and you move to another space, you can do it again. So that's going to be
it's like a teleporter situation. It's like a teleporter situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be like different world rifts. It looks wild.
Yeah, but from what they showed from the very beginning of the trailer, it looks like at one point the rifts are going to get so bad and out of control that whenever you use one, you might jump into another world.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah, that game looks wild. It looks
looks-
good, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's different. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they were only doing it on 30 FPS, and it still looks
And we
great.
were in it.
Yeah,
And we were in it.
Still looks
we were
great.
in it. So, one last thing to hit, and then we're gonna get out of here.
yeah.
Horizon 2, which they're calling. Fuck! I didn't write it down. Horizon Into the West.
Into the West.
Into the West, or something along those lines.
No, not
Something about the West. The West is a title for sure. God, we were bad podcasters. Horizon
Wait, did I
something.
write it down?
No, we
I
didn't.
didn't
We
write it
looked
down.
at it and we were just like, we're gonna remember that, and then we didn't.
Yeah.
Horizon something the West.
It low key looks like a Western style game, kind of like Red Dead Redemption, but
but with the robot animals
but
and
futuristic with dinosaurs. You know,
yeah, I'm gonna get the name real quick.
it was super pretty. It basically looks like the exact same game from the first game, though. Like
If
nothing
you Google
looks
New
new.
Horizon, you get Animal Crossing. You're not getting the actual name. Nothing looks too crazy new. But what it did do was it's giving that game a chance for me in a way it didn't get it first. You know what I mean? Like it is. We're gonna edit this part out. I have to pee. I have to pee. You Google that.
I got it.
We're gonna edit it right now.
Horizon Forbidden West.
I'm just hitting this real quick. Horizon. Fuck! I forgot where we left off.
Horizon.
Let's stop. Forbidden West. Forbidden West.
That's
Forbidden
the
West.
good one.
It looked good. That game lost me because I was playing Breath of the Wild at the same time, and that just grasped me in a different way, and I couldn't come to Horizon and play that right after that.
When I first got my P4, that was the first game I started to play.
Yeah.
But then I got something else. I want to say it was like Death Stranding or like Days Gone or something like
That's
that.
ways away. You're talking Horizon's over here.
Yeah, well, I
Days
came,
Gone,
I
Death
came into
Stranding.
P4 late. I had
Oh,
Xbox One for like 3 years before I got PlayStation 4.
okay. Got it.
But I came in late. And
so
they
you were
like,
playing-
this is a
some
Game
later-
of the Year edition. Like, you need to
You
play
were playing some
Horizon.
later gen shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was playing, later gen shit.
Here's my problem, and I'm
Death
gonna loan
Stranding.
you. I'm gonna loan you my Switch so you can play it. But Breath of the Wild does things for an open world. Have you played? You haven't played Breath of the Wild, right?
No, but I've watched some gameplay.
Okay, you're taking my Switch today. I'm sending it with you right now to go play it at your house.
Three whiskeys deep.
And you're getting the Switch. And you're getting the Switch. I'm sending it with you. I'm saying between now and Monday, play some Breath of the Wild. Bring it back on Monday when we stream. But it does things that, like, in that moment, like, it doesn't right now. Like, it doesn't ruin games for me in this, like, in where I am in 2020.
Yeah.
But in 2017, when I picked that game up, I couldn't play another open world. Because in Breath of the Wild, you can climb literally everything. Like, there's nowhere you can't go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, like, in Horizon, it told me where I could go, and I was like, fuck this. I'm playing games that let me go wherever I want. And so I stopped.
No, I feel that. There's like certain instances where, like, you're going to get super high on, like, them long dinosaurs. But, like, that's the only time you're ever going to get super high.
Yeah, and with Breath of the Wild, you can go as high as you have trained yourself to go. You know what I mean? Like, you up your stamina, and you can climb as high as you want to. Climb a house, climb a tree, like anything you run into, you can now climb up it. You know what I mean? And like,
cool.
it's not a thing that is stuck in open world games, and it's why I think Horizon now is a better game than it was then.
Yeah.
But they came out on the same fucking day.
Oh, shit.
And so I copped them both, and I played Breath of the Wild, and it is still the best game I've ever played. And then I went to play Horizon, and I was like, I can't do it. But looking at Breath of the Wild as compared to not Breath of the Wild, Horizon is the games coming out today, so much better. You know what I mean? Like, it is like a really fucking good game.
It's a damn good game.
So the sequel's gonna be insane.
I think it'll be insane.
The first one just got hurt because it came out on the same day. As it's not just me saying it's the best game ever made. It's like a lot of people say that Breath of the Wild is the best game ever made.
Well, it got Game of the Year. I don't know how big of a. I feel like every mainstream game that lasts longer than 2 years.
Breath of the Wild got Game of the Year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just put out a Game of the Year edition, which is what you do when you win it from one magazine and you have all the DLCs.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
Yeah, but Horizon 2, Forbidden West,
It
looks
good.
great. God, this is gonna be a complicated edit when I come back. we got sidetracked.
Before we end this off, the last thing I'm gonna say about Horizon is it looks like the same game. It literally looks like the same game. It's just a different atmosphere. You know, you're in the wild now, so you're gonna see different dinosaurs. You might get like some different weapons, but
Yeah,
it's going to be
and it
like
looks-
pretty much the same.
And it looks
thing
dope,
with,
and it look like more tribes out there too.
Yeah.
Like it looks,
Yeah.
it's gonna be cool.
There's some tribe that's chilling out there.
That's gonna be low key a killer. In the
Yeah.
year it comes out, it's gonna be like the game that people go, "Fuck, I didn't realize it was that good."
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a killer.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be a killer. So your last, so we're done.
Yeah, I'm
we're
done.
through with our first podcast.
We're done with our first pod.
Give me your impressions of the whole stream overall. Did they kill it? Did they not? What did you miss?
You talking about us or like them?
Us. Just what did you personally like? Do you think they killed it? No, not the podcast. The stream. The PlayStation stream. We obviously didn't kill it. We're drunk.
I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
No. I mean, but I mean the PlayStation stream.
Okay.
Did they do great?
Okay, so comparing like the PlayStation to like the Xbox thing, it was way better. Way better.
So much better.
I mean, even with just having the small little backdrop of nothingness, it looks better than having people.
We're still using their art on this YouTube video. You know what I mean? To like just by like, hey, so we're talking about. It's right here, guys. Look down. This is what we watched. It's right here.
Yeah.
We're still using their art. It's happening. It's right here.
Yeah.
Like, so like they murdered it.
Let's go mini for a second and let's just like
just give them all of it.
Let's really just
here's what we can do. Let's just take us out of the game. Just take us out of the game.
Take us out.
Take us out of the game. Here's what happens. We're not fucking here. This is just the baseline they were giving us.
Look at that. That's fucking pretty.
You mean to tell me this doesn't get you hyped? Like,
I mean, it gets me hyped.
Xbox hasn't done anything like it.
No. All right, bring us back.
Xbox hasn't done anything like it, and you're right. They crushed it. And as a guy who we already talked about, one of us has to go Xbox, one of us has to go PlayStation. You chose PlayStation. I chose Xbox.
Are you regretting it?
I am upset that in that moment I didn't fight you. If that makes any sense. Like in that moment, I was like, no brainer. I'll grab the Xbox. You grab the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And
now you can't even.
And now I'm looking at it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, fuck. What am I gonna play? I'm gonna be like, fuck. I play Halo. Because I just told you, Miles Morales is my Spider-Man. I appreciate that he's not in my community, but like that's the guy I came up reading. You know what I mean? Like he's my Spider-Man.
So backstory.
So now I've lost him. Yeah. And like he's gone.
Backstory. Before we even started the stream of The Future is Gaming, we were talking about Spider-Man 2. And I was like, if Miles Morales had his standalone game, it would be perfect.
It's
and Trev,
done.
who's not here anymore, but if Trev backed me up on it,
Yeah.
Kyler was like, no, it has to be an extension of Spider-Man 2.
I didn't think he was get his own. You're right. You're right. Because like I feel like, and this is gonna, oh god, I hate being a white guy saying this next phrase. I think people that know who Miles Morales is are in the minority. And so I don't mean to be like, like people who love him are a minority, but like, because I love him, I'm not a minority, I'm a white guy. But like they're in a minority. So I thought it would be risky to like, Spider-Man 2 is Miles Morales. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I didn't.
I am still wrapping my head around it.
I thought there was going to be a Spider-Man 2, and then if they were bold enough, they'd have like a standalone.
Right. The way I saw it is Spider-Man 2, because with every sequel, you have the struggle of how do you depower the character. You know what I mean? Like, because you played the first one, you were a god beast.
Yeah.
Now you're playing the second, and you have to level up. Yeah. How do you do that? And so, how I thought it was going to go down in my brain, and it still might. I still don't think my opinion is wrong.
Okay.
Because I've always thought Miles Morales was going to be the focus.
Okay.
But I thought the ad campaign was going to be you are Peter Parker, right? And then in the game, you're going to play the first 2 missions as Peter Parker. Okay. You play the first 2 missions with like a fully leveled up god beast Peter Parker. Like from Spider-Man 1, okay? And then Venom gets you. He gives you the symbiote. Now you're Venom, right? So now you have to be another Spider-Man. Now you have to be Miles Morales, and that's how you reset the skill tree.
I get that, but
you see what I'm saying?
But that doesn't go with anything that you've ever read or seen.
It does. Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man literally gets consumed by the symbiote.
Yeah, but he figures it out on his own. Miles Morales never came in like, let me save you.
Well, it doesn't have to be anything you've ever seen. Spider-Man the game literally turns the whole construct of the comic books upside down.
No, that's fair.
So you know what I mean? So like, why couldn't somebody come in and save Spider-Man from being Venom?
Who is also Spider-Man?
Miles fucking Morales! That's my point.
Latino,
tell me that's not how you
Afro Latino.
Yeah, tell me that's not how you set that up, though.
No,
you know what I mean? Like it sets the reset up.
That very well might be the case. I mean, we didn't see much. We didn't see much.
And I've always thought that's how the game's gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised the marketing isn't Peter Parker focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what's so fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
And
they're trying to get everybody. They're getting the masses.
Oh yeah. And they did.
I mean, you could argue that they're using Miles Morales as like
to a certain degree
to get like the
given what's going on right now. You have to wonder if they did alter that marketing.
Yeah,
campaign.
maybe they did.
You know what I mean? Like maybe that's why this got delayed.
Yeah.
Was instead of doing what I just said, is making Peter Parker the focus of ads, and then making Miles Morales the game character.
They were like,
why not lean into Miles Morales? Because like that's gonna be what kills right now.
Yeah.
And they were totally right.
Yeah.
I mean, the murders right now, and for me as a Miles Morales fan, it got me. Yeah. It got you.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It was the bet.
For sure.
You gotta wonder.
That's a good topic that we should like touch on later.
Like, oh my god, I think it deserves its own podcast. It's just talking about like, did they rearrange? Did the racial landscape?
Thinking about it now, like that makes sense.
Yeah, because they did have to delay. Yeah. Maybe they did take my idea, and their marketing was going to be Peter Parker focused, and then everything came down. And right now they're going to look like fucking superheroes.
Yeah.
In like this week alone, people have postponed their events still. You know what I mean? But they had to put theirs up.
Yeah.
They look like heroes.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like, because they put Miles Morales up front.
And they put it up early.
Up
front. And I think that's why they did that too, is they put him ahead.
That's huge. This deserves a whole podcast on its own.
For sure.
We're going to leave it alone. Thank you so much for listening to what is our first piece of content we're putting up on YouTube.
We love you.
I'm Kyler. This is Keon. We're the faces of the Hardcore Casuals right now. We love you guys. Please follow us. Please subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
Please do all those things. You have to watch our fucking art that I paid too much for right after this. You saw it up front. It's coming at you again right now.
If you're in the Biddy, come hang out with us.
Yes, we're out all the time. But thank you guys so much for kicking it with us. We really appreciate you. I should be looking at the camera, not the microphone. I talk to you guys like you are my microphone. You guys are all great for being here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Hard edit real quick.
Alright, wait, hold on. Hard edit? Hey.
The hard edit. Take a bathroom.
Kyler is a piece of shit. He's terrible. He sucks at his job. I'm black and I'm proud.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
There you go.
Black lives cannot matter Black Lives Matter, and then all lives can matter. I said that incorrectly. All lives cannot matter until Black Lives Matter. There we go.
All Lives Matter is a fucking joke.
Yes, it is.
The thing I saw best, they explained it best to me, and I hope if you were somebody out there who is saying All Lives Matter, you hear what I'm saying as I try and explain this. It was a meme, and it was a guy. He's in the doctor's office, and his arm is broken, right? And he goes, "Hey, my arm is broken," and the doctor says, "Hey, the rest of the bones look okay." That's what you're saying when you say All Lives Matter.
I've never heard that, and I like
that. But that is what it's saying. Yeah. It's like, but in that moment, your arm matters. You know what I mean? Like you're not discounting that your arm is broken. You know what I mean? Like you're not like putting your arm ahead of everything else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's the way when I saw it, and I was like, man, that's the best way to explain it to somebody.
Yeah, you just want to get your arm back to
normal. You need to get your arm back to fixed. Your arm matters in the same way Black Lives Matter. Like it's not. Black Lives Matter is not about the rest of the people not mattering. It's not. It's
never been about that.
Right. In reference to that meme, it's not about your leg not mattering. It's like the arm is what has the issue. Like the black community is what has the issue. That's why they matter, and that's why you need to support this situation.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I appreciate
we're gonna edit that in.
We can edit that out.
No, we're gonna put that in the back.
We can do like small parts.
No, we're gonna take all that.
Yeah.
When I said